Champion, it's a performance I feel, and we had a great game plan and he stuck to it. That was the best part about tonight for me.
Which fight, Ledwaba or Marquez? Which fight would you say was the best?
Ledwaba, of course, because he's the most fair 22-pounder. Nobody wanted to fight Ledwaba, and we demolished him.
Freddie, I know you like his speed. What about his strength? It didn't seem like Diaz was really able to knock him around the block that much.
No, the thing is, he pitter-passed a little bit with the combination and so forth, but when he wants to sit down, the power was there. And, the power at 135 is really, really good. I mean, it was a sensational knockout, of course. And, the guy seemed like, he never seemed like he was really hurt. I mean, he was taking a lot of punches, yes, but he never seemed like he was hurt. And I told Manny, okay, it's time to start setting down and throwing some power shots, and he did it.
A lot of people thought it was bullshit that you were saying Manny could make the weight. He was, he was struggling and everything. But I mean, was this evidence tonight that was the truth?
You could see it, and you know what? The best part about tonight is going into the ring, he weighed 145 pounds. He only gained 10 pounds because when he was down to 30 last time, he gained 16 pounds.
Right.
Because he was starving himself, and he's gorging himself trying to get the strength back and so forth. And that was the biggest key. If you gain too much weight, food makes you sluggish and it slows your ability down. So the thing is, if gaining 10 pounds, I think is a perfect gauge.
Sometimes, from a safety factor, too, you see guys that they try to cut just to fight at the lowest possible weight, and then that also makes them more vulnerable to...
It's something that in boxing, I think it's a mistake we've been making for many years. And I think guys should fight at a more natural weight, and I think they'd be much better off.
Who's next at 135?
Well, Valero's making a lot of noise out there.
But he doesn't fight at 130 though, right?
Well, he'll fight at 35.
35.
So the thing is, I think he's the leading guy out there. We just got to try to work it out where, do we fight him in Texas, or do we go, where do we go with that fight in Macau? But I'll accept that fight though, because I think Manny will handle him. He can punch, yes, but he fights like David Diaz.
Too wide.
I agree.
You had said before the fight that you liked Hatton as an opponent, and a lot of people thought Hatton was too big and too strong. Post-fight, now, can you comment on a potential matchup between those two?
I said it. You know what? We want Hatton, but we have to be sensational at 35, and we were sensational tonight. I feel Manny had a great performance, and I think Ricky had a great fight from him. I think they should pay Ricky Malinaji step-aside money, because Malinaji has a bad style for Hatton, and he can pull an upset off, and then there'll be no fight.
Right. Do you feel like Manny, I know you said the other day you don't agree with his pound-for-pound stuff, but when you look at guys like Cotto and Calzaghe, unbeaten guys, I mean, do you think Manny can surpass him talent-wise and performance-wise?
Cotto's I say a complete fighter and so forth, but Manny Pacquiao passed him tonight because he showed a complete fighter that he is tonight. Because we've been working on that game for a long time, improving his defense and getting both hands working, and he did it tonight. Everything came true tonight.
I just wanted to make sure I heard your first sentence correctly. You said Cotto was a more complete fighter than Manny?
I think so, because Manny wasn't fighting like he can. But when Manny Pacquiao gets up on his toes and boxes like he can, nobody can touch him.
Thanks, Freddie.
Thank you.
Freddie, it's hard to nitpick, but I mean, what else does Manny need to improve on?
Tonight, I can't criticize him. I give him an A+ tonight. I mean, I don't give that out too often in my life, but he fought a great fight. I mean, this guy was a tough guy. He kept trying. He took a beating, but and then Manny, I thought Manny might get a little frustrated because he couldn't knock the guy out. He kept hitting him, But I told him to keep chipping him. Don't get excited. Just it'll come, and it did.
Right. Thank you, Freddie.
Freddie, Diaz was taking a beating, like you just said. How hard was it for you, as Manny was giving him the beating, to not have the referee stop the fight? I thought it should have been stopped a lot earlier.
Well, I was thinking about 7th round that his corner would stop the fight because he was taking a beating. And I know the guy's a durable guy and a world champion who has a lot of pride and so forth. And if I was a fighter like him, I fought that way, and if my corner stopped the fight, I would have killed him. So I'm sure he might be the same way. But we're fighters, and we know this is what we do, and we know the chances of getting hurt in there are there, but we choose the sport. So the thing is, he chose it, and I can't complain. The referee gave the world champion a chance to win.
Congratulations to both you and Manny.